All right, so we're getting started now. Alex is discussing the rules with Forrest and Corey. 8-ball race to 5. Russ, you can go share that. Share it on your page. I posted it in Treasure Hunt.
Okay. Shit, when you come back from Sacramento, you cut out of your car. Potato chips and French fries and Mexican candy and change, fucking everything. He's the worst. Oh my God, we spent 2 nights in Sacramento or 3. It looked like we lived there for 3 months.
Looks like Forrest is going to win the lag.
God. I told him he's going to come back. I told him he's going to come back with a Cobra Kai shirt.
Okay, rack your up, yeah.
So if you want to be a bully, you should get that guy.
Let's introduce ourselves, Alex. We've got 2 viewers in here at the moment.
Hey guys, this is Alex Vogel.
This is Quentin Deedy.
Right here, we're here streaming from ViZion at the Pocket Boise, and this is the Idaho Capital Clash. So our first matchup, we got Forrest Wyble versus.
I said it wrong. I said Wyble.
Wyble. It could be Wyble or Wyble. So we'll have to clear that with him. I've never actually asked him. Sorry, Forrest. He's playing Corey Collins. It's 8-ball race to 5.
Yeah, so we're on the 9-foot diamond tables. I think every time we stream, or most of the times we stream here, we're going to be playing on the 9-foot tables. I think we might have a couple bar box bashes at some point, but the initial idea was to play on the 9-foot tables. So unfortunately, we do not have a scoreboard overlay this time. This is our first time ever streaming, basically. But next time, hopefully, we'll have that set up. So the week after, how do you say that?
2 weeks from now, so it'll be July 29th.
Yeah,
will be the next one. For those listening, we still need to fill the last slot. I think we got Jeff Hurley playing 10-ball. He's looking for an opponent. If anybody wants to talk to like a Lucky Johnny or a Twan, Jerry Kirk, I could go on for a while, but talk to them, see if they want to play Jeff Hurley. We can get him on one of these matches.
And that would be 10-ball.
Correct.
So did Corey break? Or Forrest broke dry, I think.
Yep, and right now Corey is running the stripes.
Ooh, and it just hangs up in the corner.
Those tight diamond pockets have saved his life for now.
That's going to be a tough shot out of the jaws. I think he might be hooked on the jaws.
He's probably got to cut that 13 or try to. I don't want him to hear me and have Forrest think I'm trying to coach his opponent.
I wish Russ was telling us that we should get like a plastic visor right here so that they can't hear us. We should probably, there's nothing we can really do at the moment. They're just going to have to deal with us talking back here.
Yeah. That's a 13 could be pretty big. Oh, well, it could have hit that 15, I was going to say. But so that brings Forrest to the table shooting solids. He's just got a problem with the 4 and the 1 ball.
Yep.
And if he can get a good angle on the 6, he could probably shoot the 2 in or shoot the 6 in, and then the 2 would go in the side later.
8-ball is also a difficult ball that has to be sorted at some point.
Yeah, I don't know how well it passes the 11 from where I'm sitting.
Ooh, it's a good shot. These a lot of people play on bar boxes here in Idaho or in Boise, so the fact that these guys are playing on the 9-foot table right now is possibly a big jump for them. So
I agree, but that was a good shot on his part. He played that with good pocket speed. He just
off a little bit.
Yep, didn't cheat it well enough, but something maybe early in the match you miss it, and then you kind of adjust to it later on once he figures out how the balls are rolling.
Yeah, definitely might be some mid-match adjustments, I'm sure. I mean, there always should be, but definitely playing on this table compared to a 7-foot table is quite different.
What do you think your biggest adjustment was the first time you played on a 9-foot?
I think to generalize that question, you just have to focus like 1,000 times more.
Right.
Because I can almost mindlessly run balls on a 7-foot table, like if I just lay them all out. But I think every shot you really have to focus, which should be what you're doing anyways. But you get to this point where you're playing on a 7-foot table, and it just kind of seems like second nature almost.
Right.
Looks like Forrest tried to throw that ball in, but it didn't quite go.
Yeah, English didn't grab.
So this is the 425.
I think I did 450 and under.
This is 450 and under. So both these players are under 450 Fargo. And it's an 8-ball race to 5. I think we covered that. But yeah, this will be the lowest ranked match that we have tonight. Next we have 9-ball. Me, Quentin playing Jeff Jones. That's 525 and under. And then we have 10-ball between Vince Brooks and
Anthony Derrick.
Anthony Derrick, yeah. And then we have Russ Zorn against Mark Adams playing 1 pocket.
So that'll be the late night match. To those of you just joining, the score is still 0-0. We're right in the middle of the first rack.
Both those head pockets are covered.
Yep. So the solids are starting to clear out, and it looks like
45.
45.
We got 8 viewers in here. I posted on my Instagram story.
Nice.
So should we wait a little while for this? Probably.
Let's give it a second for sure. All righty. Looks
Thanks
like
for moving along.
he did a good job of getting back to the center of the table after making that ball.
That's really all he has to do again here. Just get back to the center of the table. Maybe leave himself low for the 2-ball. Might be a good option.
Yeah, I think
That'll work out.
I think that's a good angle.
You might have to come up off the long rail back to the middle of the table. I'm not sure. I can't really see what he does.
That's a good shot. See, and that could be on a 7-foot. It would be really easy to just stop it and take the next shot because it's a simple cut shot. But when you got 9 feet,
Just like that. Even that shot is daunting.
Yeah, you really got to stay down on those shots on this table. You got to stay down and just trust your shot.
Welcome to the new viewers. We're in Boise, Idaho. This is Vision Pool, and we're streaming our first match of the night and our first match ever between Corey Collins and Forrest Wyble. Lucky Johnny's in the house. We do apologize if the music is a little too loud. We can't really do anything about that. This is a public bar, and they need to make their customers happy. So. We got one of my homies in the chat. He says, "What is a regulation size table?" It kind of depends. What would you say, Alex?
I would say for an amateur, a regulation size table is definitely going to be 7 feet.
Yeah.
If you go anywhere else or a lot of pros or Europe or anything like that, most everything is going to be played on 9-foot tables. They even did the World Junior Championship recently, and they did those on 9-foot diamond tables. So.
I think it's a bit of a misconception because a lot of people see a 9-foot table and they say, "Wow, that's a big ass pool table." Because every bar ever, every rundown whatever dive bar, has a 7-foot table. So
right.
That's usually what people who don't really play pool is what they see and what they play on.
Yeah, and most bars don't have the space to put multiple 9-foot tables in there, so they will opt for the 7-foot valley most of the time.
Yeah. And it's crazy how much more room having a 9-foot table takes compared to having a 7-foot table takes.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, I own a 9-foot table of my own, and I recently just had to move, and it made finding a new place super tough. So
Looked like Corey was playing a safe there, trying to get behind the 8 ball, but I'm not sure if Forrest can maybe see the 7
yeah,
and get on the 4 ball.
I'd probably if the 4 ball passed, I would probably try to bank the 4. Ooh, I think he can cut the 7 in.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was able to try to cut it just a little bit off.
I think he's taken every possible shot from Corey, though.
Yeah,
Leaving the 7 over that pocket.
I don't think the 11 passes the 12, so I think he's got to
Either give it a gnarly cut in the left corner, top left corner, or play some sort of safety here.
Yeah, it's a rough spot on this one, especially when you got the 7 ball in front of the side. Super hard to play any good safeties.
Can we get possibly some feedback on how the audio sounds right now with the music in the background?
Yeah, can you hear me? Am I talking too quiet? I'm trying to make sure that
Nobody's
the players...
heard anything we've said this whole time. Oh, he tried the big cut, but it's just a little off. That was a hard shot.
Well,
and now both Forrest, 2 of Forrest's 3 balls are over the top corner pocket. So
this is another one where, like, the 1 ball's a good shot, but you got to take care where you leave yourself. If he hits that with low, he could stun it to the rail and be behind that 11. So he's got to hit this just right. But if he can just stop and roll this in, then he'll have the 7 and the 4.
This is a situation where you might want to use the bridge. Oh, but he handles it well. Larry Gates is in the chat. What up, Larry? Larry says it sounds fine. Russ, you want to give it a whirl?
I can't get my chat to work on my phone.
Yeah, we blocked you already.
Here, let me see if I can figure it out. Okay, but you have to get off the mic now.
What's that?
Alrighty, so Corey's looking at shooting that 12 ball. Looks like he'll probably shoot it in the side. Yep, he called it in the side. Needs to fall it off the rail and come out so he can shoot the 11. So we had to put topspin on that ball so that it would travel far enough. He's got a pretty thin cut now. This is going to be pretty tough for him because I don't think that 8 ball passes the 7. So he actually has to hit this pretty hard and go to, oh no, it's such a thin cut that he's going to bank it because that makes it easier position. I can understand why he would bank this shot for sure. Oh, really great try on the bank. Just the advantage of that is now that Forrest has to hit the 7, the 4, and in the 8 all in the same pocket now. So he's going to play a little 3 ball 1 pocket. Thank you, sir.
Arvin says, you guys sound like veterans in the booth. What do you have to say about that, Alex? Have we ever been in the booth before?
Sound like a nice guy.
Well, thank you, Marvin. Larry says sometimes it sounds like you turn your head from the mic, even though you can hear it fine. Okay. Well, that's good that you can hear it fine. All right. Forrest takes the first. That was the first game, right?
Correct. So the score is 1-0. That was the first rack. We're doing winner's break, so Forrest will break. It's rack your own.
Yeah, and I think I was saying before, but I kind of trailed off in my thought. We don't have a scoreboard now, but next time we will have one when we're kind of more ready for all of this. So you're just going to have to rely on us to tell you the score if you're curious, or drop a comment and we'll make sure to tell you the score.
It's winner break.
Well, you guys can decide on that.
Yeah, we'll leave it up to you and Anthony to decide. I personally, I like rotation being alternate break. Well, I like 10 ball being alternate break and 9 ball being winner break if it's a longer race. If it's a shorter race, then alternate break. So whatever you guys figure out.
Yeah. All right, so game 2, Corey and Forrest. They're racing to 5, so 4 more games, or possibly 4 more games. The lowest possible is 4 more games. Okay. Also, I'm not sure if you can see those little white dots when they're on the long rails, but for now you can see that Forrest has one white dot moved from the center of the short rail in the back. That means that he has one game on court.
A little bit of movement. I think Corey kind of stood up on that shot a little bit.
Yep, and if you're not familiar with pool that well, you should stay as still as possible through the shot.
Yep, and again, on a 9-foot table, those things really get amplified.
Yeah.
The longer the shot, the more precise you got to be.
Like something like that, you can get away with on a 7-foot table because there's a way bigger margin for error on a 7-foot table.
But it's nice to get some matches. We've had these 2 9-foots in here for, I don't know if it's been quite a year yet or what, but they're the first 9-foot that you can publicly play on in Boise. So it's good to promote some matches and get some people out here playing on them.
Yeah, pretty exciting. These tables are not cheap either. Alex knows firsthand to have one of these in your house is quite the expense.
Well, I got lucky. I got mine before they raised their prices, so I'll just say that. That was a good cut.
Yeah, nice cut there by Corey. He's gonna find a spot.
Almost got his breakout.
You can't tell if the 4 ball goes by the 5 or not, but
yeah, it doesn't sound right, but you almost aren't gonna get it much better. Well,
see, like that shot goes in on a 7-foot table.
I think that one he was trying to get the cue ball to hold up so he could shoot that one because that 10 ball's kind of making that 1 ball a little funny.
Yep, and that, like Alex was going to say, that's probably the best chance or the best situation that you could use to get on that 1 ball.
Yeah, he kind of already had position on it, so it seems a little strange, but you almost want to take that shot now. But now Forrest is going to take care of that, so that 1 ball is going to be just fine going forward.
Tough shot. Oh, when he scratches on the side. Do you want to share the post on your in Treasure Valley?
So they couldn't do like a video message.
Nice little shot there by Corey. He's got shape on the 3 ball. Get on the 6 ball from the 3 ball, and then the 1 ball from the 6 ball. Maybe get on that 4 ball after the 1 ball. Maybe a little thin on the 6 ball. You might have to go down for the 4. He was able to hold it in front of that cluster of stripes. He's got a good angle to get on that 4 ball if it does go here. It's the right idea.
For sure. Well, still got a lot of problems with stripes. I mean,
I'm going to walk over there and see if that 4 ball goes.
Yeah, because if that 4 ball goes, then it's a lot easier to maybe get that run. But even the 2 and the 5 being close together, you could follow the 2 in and then follow the 4 ball in and then shoot the 2 into the other corner.
That 4 ball does not go. And also, I thought the 13 ball was the 5 ball. So it's also.
Oh, that is a stripe.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to.
Nice shot.
That was a great shot by Forrest.
He's going to get behind the 8 ball.
Yeah. So.
That's a bit unlucky there.
Probably need to see a safety at some point.
He's going to try to cross bank in the side.
And
Cue ball's got to get in front of that ball. Oh, yeah. So I just took a walk around the table, and it does not look like the 4 ball passes that 13 ball. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here, but we'll find out. He's going to get lucky and hit the 4. We thought it was.
We've all been duped. So it's been revealed that the 5 ball is actually the 13 ball.
But now the table's a little more open for Forrest. He still has this 11 ball behind the 8 ball to deal with. It looks like he might be able to get to it right now with the 9 ball on the side, but it doesn't look.
Well, he did a good job of knocking the 1 ball out. But for me, when I'm playing 8 ball, if I don't have anything I can do with that ball that's blocking the 8, I kind of want to have a couple more balls on the table. That gives me some more options to maybe play a safe or
One
have
thing Oscar Dominguez taught me was don't run out if you can't run out. Leave those balls on the table. Too.
He's made a great shot. So he's left himself, I think, a bank in the side pocket.
Can he get in there with the 1 ball there?
I'm not
He's
sure.
going to go all the way down to the corner.
But even if, I think you could hit this with some topspin and get safe behind that 8 if you play it right. This could be a good safety. Looks like he's going all out for the bank, though.
Oh, it looks kind of sweet, but it's not going to go. Oh, good night. Very nice try.
He's still
and he got shaped for the 8, too.
Yeah, he's put Corey in a real tough spot.
He has. If that 11 ball wasn't hanging, then this might be a different story. But what do you think? What would you do from here?
What would I do from here? I'm not super sure. I would.
Just the 1 cut?
Here's what I would do. I would thin off the 4 ball and try to get the cue ball behind the 8. That way you could break those up, make them more open, force Forrest to kick at that 11 ball.
It's a good shot.
He could kick the 11 ball in, but then he's still got a tough shot on the 8. So I think that would be probably the.
He's going all the way down.
Oh.
He stays alive.
Okay. So he's got a. I'm fairly certain the 11 ball will go in. It's just where the cue ball goes after.
It's definitely not natural shape here. It's got to come off probably.
Just putting some inside.
Yeah, inside would do it.
So.
He's going to have a shot, but nothing pretty. Oh, it's just going to catch the long rail.
Yes, it is.
It's a good opportunity for Corey to get this game. The 8 ball hanging, these 2 balls down there, 3 balls.
Yeah, it could be a tough 8 ball shot. You gotta shoot it all the way up the rail like that. You gotta hit it with enough force that it rolls and doesn't lose its.
I'm gonna take a guess. By the body language of Corey, that 4 ball does not pass the 2 ball.
Yeah, I think it's still in the same spot it was. And at this point, you gotta go. There's almost zero safety potential.
You could load it up with right off the 4 ball and try to check it up behind the 2 ball, maybe.
Might be able to try to, like 1 pocket wise, you might be able to bank the 2. I didn't want to say that and have him immediately start looking at it or something.
Yeah. Looks like he might be trying to kick and stick behind the 4
It
ball.
could happen. Yeah.
He tried it. Let's see what happens down here. He's got. Ooh.
Oh, that's tough.
It's not an easy shot. This is a lot of table between the cue ball and the 8 ball. This is where you really have to get down, stay still, and give a good confident stroke.
Yeah, this is a lot less automatic than you think.
Doesn't look like he's going to leave much. Does have a bank in the top left corner pocket, but shape on the 8 ball is going to be tricky too. Almost have to hammer it in, go around the table.
Yeah, I would almost again. I'd consider playing a safety
This is
here.
a good opportunity to play safe, maybe a 2-way.
Yeah, so I try to bank the 2 ball by
See, that might have been exactly what he was doing.
So you want to bank the 2 ball by your pocket. He's left it on the end rail, and so now no matter what, even if Forrest misses bank, he's going to have a tough shot.
Yeah, see, now Forrest has a reply safety if he wanted to, and he's got it's kind of a two-way shot here because he can leave the ball on the close short rail. I'm just gonna run.
See,
not enough though, so that's a good shot.
Yeah, that 8-ball's in a tough spot too, so I think we're gonna have a little bit of 8-ball cat and mouse here in a little bit.
What up, Dad? Thanks for joining.
Okay, so you gotta really power this bank in with low spin, otherwise it will hit the rail on that first diamond to your left.
I would almost just play another safe here and try to get it. Well, he did a good job at playing two-way there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a easier bank than anyone has seen so far. So.
Well, it depends on if there's a double kiss there. So this is another one where the cue ball might be in the path. If he tries to bank it, the cue ball's in the way. The 8-ball goes off the rail. So yeah, he's chosen to bank it.
The double kiss did come into play.
I think this is another one of those kind of two-way things where you go for the shot because where the cue ball goes leaves a tough shot on the 2. Kind of let the cue ball go a little bit, but that's still
a little harder and it would have been good, but that's a makeable 2-ball.
It for sure is. Corey can just bear down and make the shot.
He's gonna have shape on the 8.
Just got to hit that with some top spin. Go back and forth. That looks good.
Big bounce.
Okay,
he's kind of landed in between.
Yep. So he's got to come with a good shot.
Thanks for tuning in, Dad. I'll be playing in the next match. We'll see what happens here with Corey shooting the 8-ball. He just misses and leaves it hanging over the corner. Yep. That's not a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be really tough. It was a tough angle. Sometimes on the screen, it looks a lot easier, but
yeah, it was this is a big table, so those angles are more drastic than you would probably think.
Okay. So Forrest has taken the lead to 2-0. Now he's up 2 games. He needs 3 games. Corey needs 2. So it is winner break. So Corey's got to kind of climb out of a hole. The one thing I would just say if any players are rewatching this, just staying down on a lot of these shots and staying still, watching how the shot goes through will help you out.
Yeah, and don't take Alex's words lightly because he is a certified pool instructor.
That is correct?
That is correct. You said Corey needs 2?
No, Forrest needs 3. Corey needs 5. Yeah. Sorry, I might have got my numbers a little mixed up there.
Yeah, sure. So we're racing to 5. It's not a best of race. We're racing. First person to get to 5 wins. So we have Forrest at 2, Corey at 0 at the moment.
So.
Yep, I'll be. Obviously, I won't be commentating during my match, but whoever gets to 5 first, the game will be over, and then me and Jeff Jones will start playing 9-ball. I like to take a pee.
All right, Forrest broke dry. So it's an opportunity for Corey to at least pick whether he wants to do solids or stripes. It's the best way to try to get back in control. Corey's really trying to switch the momentum up. He almost came through and got that last rack. Just a couple tough rolls on him. So he's shooting that 12-ball in the side.
I don't know. I'll let you know that when I hear. I'm not here. I'll leave you know. So now I don't feel that right now.
All right, so he's left himself tough. He's going to have to play that 10-ball into the top right corner. Oh, he's playing into the left corner, which means he's going to run into those solid balls probably. That'll probably leave him a shot on the 11. Okay. Forrest is coming to the table shooting solids. Looks like he's not going to have a great shot. Looks like he basically has a real long shot at the 5-ball.
Michael Barroso asks who's commentating. We got that's the player. We got Alex, and we got Quentin.
Yeah, thanks to all the new people here. It's Alex Vogel here with Quentin. Score is 2-0 Forrest. Match started a little bit later than we wanted it to, but we're currently in the third rack.
Stick around because we got 3 more matches after this one, each one going up in skill level. Well, I guess the last one is kind of arbitrary, but the last match will be 1 pocket, so it's a very different game. A lot of people might not know about it if you're not really deep into pool life, but very intricate game.
Yep, so we'll have our own Russ Zorn.
Oh, that's a nice shot there by Forrest.
Yeah, Forrest is really starting to get warmed up. He's starting to trust his arm a little bit more and fireballs in. So once he, yeah.
Ooh. Just hung up.
See, he was actually a lot closer. He's been a little bit short on cutting those all at the rail. That was the closest one, but on that one he hit it too hard. If he hit it the same speed he hit the last couple ones, I almost certainly think it would have gone in.
You might have been trying to do something with the cue ball, but it's a good point. Pocket speed is pretty important, especially when you're making a gnarly cut like that.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Could you get me a Rainier? We got Jeff Jones warming up on table 1 right now. Him and I are playing next. Take a peek over there and see how he's shooting. See what I'm up against. Him and I are actually playing in a Scotch doubles match coming up, so we got to know each other's game pretty good. Last couple of weeks we've been practicing a bit. Yeah, and Jeff is a great shot, so hopefully I put up a fight, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got Corey up to bat. Doesn't look like he can hold that ball for the 14. He's gonna try. Oh, that's a good shot. Looks like he can draw that cue ball back off the 10 ball for the 14. Maybe. We'll see what he wants to do. It looks like that's what he's trying, and that's what he did. Great shot there by Corey. Thank you. Now here, you almost have to I think you have to go forward with this ball. If there's enough angle, that's what he's going to do. That's what he did. Ooh, it's got to hold up a little bit. Great shot, just a little off on the position. A little hard on that hit. I think he still does have a shot, though.
Yep, just if he can reach it. So you can hit this 8-ball in with inside spin, and then it'll go right into the 2. It'll take away a lot of scratches, and you can hit it a little bit harder than you normally would. But since it's such a big table, he has to do that with a bridge, and that makes that shot so much harder. Here in America, most players don't use the bridge very often. It's something in other countries. They make fun of us for it because we just never practice with it. We'd rather play left-handed or behind our back.
Yeah, we feel like it's we call it the granny cue, so it's got a bit of a stigma, but it really shouldn't.
Nice shot.
Go in. Oh, very nice shot.
Alrighty, so Corey's
on the board.
Corey's on the board. We have a score of 2-1. Jeff Jones is in the building. He's warming up on the table.
Yeah, he's looking menacing. I'm trying not to look over there. See him
he's a scary fella.
I might go play a couple racks with him before this is over so I can warm up a little bit.
Yeah, go pretend like you don't know how to shoot today and miss everything.
I played a match with the guy that was here before we started the stream, and I was really feeling good, so hopefully that carries over.
Yeah, so I think we anti-commentator cursed Corey into making that 8-ball. We were talking about how hard it is to use a bridge, and you just made us look bad.
Yeah. So got down on that one and slanged it in.
Alrighty, so I think Corey got to break in the first rack, I believe, but we'll see how Corey chooses to break. All right, both players are shooting with peach hour cues. Forrest told me he has a OB Phoenix shot.
It's a good solid break right there by Corey. We also have
No book. Sorry about that.
we have Anthony Derrick in the house. He just walked in. He's going to be in the what is it 525 and up?
Anthony Derrick's playing in the. I think I did 575 and under.
Oh, 575 and under. So
Or no, Anthony. I did
He's a
600.
480
I believe I did 600 and under because I believe Anthony is a 580. And so for those of you guys that are new to pool, we do have a skill rating system. That way we can handicap and make these matches fair.
not just us, but like pool in general has a skill-based rating.
So there's a guy named Mike Page out of Fargo, North Dakota. He invented an algorithm so it now mathematically calculates what your skill is based on who you play. And so it's called your Fargo rate.
It's a lot like if anyone's familiar with chess, it's a lot like how the chess scoring works
Yes.
or rating works. Are we reporting these to Fargo? Can we do that?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. So both of these gentlemen have been playing pool for roughly around 20 years. Corey says 20 years, Forrest says 18. So they're both very experienced. They both have the ability to kind of turn it on, especially as these
There
players
we go.
warm up.
Ooh.
That was just really unfair that it didn't go in. But as these players warm up, you'll wouldn't be surprising to see a run out or two or something like that from one of them. So, all right. But we got Forrest back to the table. He's getting that 7 in the side. We'll see if he tries to break that 5 ball out. That's really his best chance to.
Yeah, so when we say this is the lowest rated match we have tonight, that doesn't mean that these guys are not good players. It takes a lot to get to 400, really. To get to around these guys is it takes a lot. Like Alex said, these guys have been playing for 20 years, and here they are. So
Yeah,
there's nothing to laugh about.
Yeah, it'd be fair to say that the national average is 450.
For serious players, not just anyone.
Yeah, and so once you hit the 450 range, you're kind of getting right to that level where just a couple corrections that you can make and you're playing good. And then sometimes, some days you'll come to the table and just see it a lot better. Be able to make a lot more shots, see where you want the cue ball to go.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It would mean a lot if everyone that's in here could like the stream right now. We got 7 likes and 10 viewers, so we would appreciate it.
Yeah, and any comments, questions about the players or any matches that you'd like to see, players that you'd like to see us have match up. We know we have some heavy hitters out there. We're trying to get some cool matches going. We already have a couple booked, but as long as it keeps going strong, we'll keep doing it.
Nice shot there by Corey, but where's this? Oh, and he breaks the 12 ball out. What a shot.
Yeah, so
This is a tough shot on the 10 ball, though.
I wouldn't shoot the 10 ball. I'd cut it the 12 and try to make that 4 ball.
That's a good shot. Oh. Yeah, so Alex said he would have tried to get rid of that 4 ball because if you look at the table, the 5 ball, the 2 ball, and the 3 ball are all in relatively difficult positions. Corey did get a little lucky because he kind of hid Forrest from going for that 4 ball. But since that 4 ball is over the pocket, it's going to make it easier for Forrest to get out. That looks like it's tracking into the corner, and it just stays out.
Held up. Let's put Corey in a super tough spot. He doesn't have anything you can shoot at. But yeah, you really want to, if you're playing your opponent, a lot of times they'll play a hard shot and they'll have a ball like that 4 ball that gives them more confidence to shoot at the hard shot because they know that they'll have an easy shot afterwards.
They don't really have to worry about position too much because that ball's a gimme.
Yep. Yeah, in pool terms, if you say a duck, that's basically a shot that anybody could make. You could have somebody sitting at the bar come up and take that shot for you. Okay, that was definitely a safety. Corey was trying to tie the 9 ball up with the 5. So he has blocked Corey from seeing the 4. So Corey has blocked Forrest from seeing the 4. Sorry, their names start the same way, so I'm definitely mixing them up here. But so he's got a tough shot. I would.
Can he not kick into 4 ball? 8 balls there.
He can. I just think he's elected to drill that bank shot.
That's what he elected to do. Drill the bank shot and get shape on this 5-4 combo.
Yeah, see, that's not a bank shot that's like super big in my vocabulary. There's definitely other bank shots I try, but he's hit at a couple of those, so it's clear he's pretty comfortable with seeing those ones. So
that's a tough shot across the corner.
But sorry, Forrest, now that I've seen you making all those, I'll make sure to never leave you that shot.
And he does really good by it. A lot of times with combos, you leave the next ball you're going to shoot kind of awkward, but he did a good job of keeping that 5 ball out there ready to shoot. But he does have a big task getting on the 2 ball from here.
You might need Mike Burroso to come and hit this 5 in and get position on the 2. It's going to be a tough shot. He had that
a little
real
harder,
nice.
He would have been perfect. But
so he still made the ball. You can definitely get greedy with that cue ball, which can cause you to miss the shot. So he made sure that he made it. I also really like that shot too.
Yep, that's a good shot. Yeah, I don't know if that 10 ball goes in the side, but if it doesn't, then that's a great shot.
Even if it goes in the side, you got to really get into that cue ball to avoid the scratch because it's hitting it so thin that
tracking right into that corner. And I think if it's that thin, you're going to have to come down to this rail, back to that rail, and then up for that 12 and 9 ball.
Yeah, so for me, I'm probably hit the 9 ball thin and try to leave the cue ball behind that 8 ball. Kind of right where it was.
Ooh, is he going to leave it in the pocket? Yes, he is. And the 12 ball gets in the way of the 2 ball.
So I think the 2 is makeable. Like there's a path for it to go to the pocket, but there's a real low percentage with the cue ball hanging in there like that. You could try the shot 10 times, maybe make it 1 time.
Yeah, very hard shot. Just Johnny says, the lighting looks great. I like the ability to see the table nice and clear. Great job, guys. Oh my gosh, he almost made that ball. Thank you. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good as well.
Yeah. So even though that ball didn't go in, that's still a testament that Forrest is a pretty straight shot.
Yeah, very straight. So, and his 2 ball is blocking that 12 ball's pocket.
Yep.
So Corey's going to have to figure out a way to get on that 12 ball.
Yeah. So he could. I don't know if he thinks the 12 will go off the 2. Okay.
Makes the 9 ball.
So he might be playing a bank shot from here.
I like the bank. That's a 1 pocket shot right there.
For sure.
But you have to make it, though, because the 2 is a duck, like we talked about.
Yep.
The only way for that 2 ball to not be a duck is if that cue ball was on this close short rail. And he shoots the 12
He avoided
ball,
the double kiss
and
and
he
made the
makes
bank.
it.
Oh, but he's got to bank it again.
Ooh, and he gets a little unlucky kiss on the 8 ball.
Yeah, that is pretty rough. He hit that bank shot really good.
That was a great shot.
On that bank shot, if you go back and rewatch it, it is kind of difficult to keep the cue ball from staying out of the path of that ball banking. And a lot of times players will hit it in a way that the cue ball is right in the way and the ball, they collide and then it does not look good. So,
looks like the 8 ball might get in the way of the 2 ball here.
Yep. So if
Will we see a jump shot?
If Forrest is blocked on that 2 ball, he may go rail first, or like Quentin said, he might grab his jump cue, but the 8 ball is so far away that if he jumps at it, it'll probably clear the table.
I'm not much of a jumper myself, so.
Yeah. So he's got to go rail first. Oh, no, he's going to kick it.
I kind of like the kick here, too. Oh, that doesn't look good. So he's putting a lot of left on.
Oh, he's got it. That's good. It's good
Good
contact.
hit, yeah, and he leaves him right in that pocket. Corey's got a pretty good shot in the side pocket though, so
And the score is 2-1. So this is a pretty important rack. I mean, we
Yep.
could tie it, or Forrest could be 2 games away from victory. So this is
yeah. What's the word? The
that was
oh,
a really
man,
good shot to tie the match.
The spread on that match was big, so like Alex said, Forrest could go ahead 1-3, or Corey could pull 2-2. So that's a big swing, is the word I was looking for.
Correct. And so Corey did a good job. He lost the first 2 racks and hung in there. Shot for shot, he's come back. It's, you know, and sometimes when you're playing these matches, it can be tough because, you know, you get a few tries at the table or whatnot, and you start feeling discouraged, or you see your opponent start making a bunch of balls. You just hang in there and just one shot at a time. The next thing you know, you could be up on them or tie game.
Especially, I don't know if Alex mentioned it, but winner breaks. That's
Correct.
It's a big incentive to run racks.
Shout out to the Pocket for letting us run this. Pocket Boys, if you guys don't come play pool here, they got a bunch of really awesome pool tables, good weekly tournaments. These tables are owned by Four Rails LLC. And again, shout out to Heather, Earl, and Wayne for being instrumental in bringing 9-foot tables to the Valley. So it's thanks to them that they could do this. So definitely give them a shout out.
That's a good looking break there by Corey. People going to come back in the middle of the table. He's going to make the 6.
Yep. So he's
Very
made the
nice.
6, and he has he can shoot a stripe or a solid, and it looks like the 7 is a little bit of a tougher angle that far away. You got to be careful with it, but
I think it's 10 otherwise.
he could shoot the 15 in really easily. Yeah, you could get that 10 ball in the side. So I'm just saying, for solids, you got to take a little bit of a tougher shot, and you got the 4 ball and the 2 ball on the rail.
The only thing with stripes is that 14 ball down there, but you have the 12 ball to get on it. So
Yeah, I agree with his decision to take stripes.
so he did a little funny here.
I wouldn't want to hit that 4 ball in with that 9 ball, kind of making it a little weird. So the stripes are all kind of laying out. He's already kind of put himself in a funny spot.
We'd also like to thank one of our sponsors, the Billiards of Idaho store.
Shout out,
G.
shout out Carla, Jean, and Jeff. They have a bunch of billiard supplies, gloves, pool tables. I think they're the only place, if you're interested in Rasan tables, they're the exclusive Rasan table dealer.
And they have one in their store that you can try out.
Right. And they're the only store in town where you can actually go in and try out a cue before you buy it. Carla Jean is super knowledgeable, has been playing pool longer than most of us have been alive. So she can help you find the right cue that fits you. She also has cases, gloves, all that other stuff. So
every pool accessory you could dream of, they either have or they can get. So
and, back to the match.
It's a good shot to get on that.
Yeah, it was a
tough
really good
ball.
shot. So I think that what he needs to do here, it's kind of tough because he can roll this
Straight.
ball in and then shoot that 9 ball on the side, but he's got to do something crazy to get the.
He got shape on the 9 ball from there, but he's going to be tricky getting shape back on that 12 ball.
Yeah, so it looks like you might have to jack up and hit this low with a cue ball to get some draw on it so that he can hit that 9 ball in and it can move back because that 8 ball is blocking his path from just shooting.
Yeah.
If he just shoots that ball in.
So you're saying draw it back between the 3 and the 7 and cut the 14 in? Oh, and the 9 ball comes out of the pocket.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
so-
like he might have gotten shape on that ball.
Yeah, so I was thinking if you hit that 9 ball in, a little bit of low to stun it to the other side of the 8 ball
Oh, I see.
from where the cue ball is right now. Then he could have shot that 12 ball in and got in position on the 8 ball. All right, this isn't easy pickings for Forrest. There's a ton of his balls on the table, but it's just kind of awkward. Every shot looks a little weird. The one shot that would be easy, the 5 ball, totally blocked by the 8.
Yeah, and you might be wondering why he's not shooting that 7. It's because the cue ball is glued to that 8 ball, and jacking up on that shot is a very dastardly situation.
So I almost thought that was a good save, but there is the 9 ball right there. So
It
we'll
looks
be
like you
seeing.
can stun draw just well, I guess that 5 ball's in the way of the 12 ball, so
Yeah, you almost could roll the 9 in and hit the 8.
ball out of the way. Yeah.
It's kind of, I usually try to stay away from contacting the 8-ball ever until I'm shooting it. But
Oh, but he did a great job of that
see,
one.
yeah,
Just
that would have
barely
been.
missed the 9-ball.
See, he would have been perfect
He
if
would've
that
been out.
9-ball would have gone in.
Yep.
Yeah, he just hits that. So, but now this is kind of, as long as Forrest is careful with his cue ball, he can kind of control this rack, and he can play this in a way that Corey never gets an easy shot at the table again.
That 2-ball's his biggest problem ball.
And again, constant theme, but this is an important match. Whoever wins this, or important rack, I mean, important game, whoever wins this will be in the lead and breaking.
Possibly Corey's first lead of the match.
Right. So. See, I'm kind of a crazy kid. I would have really tried to leave that 5-ball over there for later. So it was blocking Corey's 9. Now we just got to be a little more careful and make these shots.
Yeah, he left himself on the rail there. That makes it a lot more difficult to make that ball.
Yeah, and see, and that's what I was saying. If he wouldn't have shot that 5-ball, even missing that ball, Corey wouldn't have been able to shoot that 9-ball. But now Corey has a shot at the 9. So it's little things like that that can let your opponent get back into a match. If you plan in your run out and you do something that makes it easier for your opponent to run out if you miss, then you gotta go back to your matches, look at little things like that. You'll see you probably lost a few more than you thought you did.
It's like Corey's trying to hold
He's
that
cut
ball.
that
but
in
he's
really
gonna-
well. Is it going to go beyond the 7? No, it's stopping. It's stopping. So he'll be able to shoot at this ball.
So the real thing
But the
cut if he
problem
wants
is-
to make it.
Yeah,
And
so
the 8-ball's on the rail.
it's just really tough because the 8-ball is right in the path. If he cuts that in, he could hit that 8-ball, and that cue ball is going to be going pretty fast. So
He should be able to avoid that 8-ball. If he...
yeah, but you almost want to hit it because to get the cue ball up and back down again.
Oh, there we go. Just like Alex was saying, that's perfect. If he avoided the 8-ball on that shot, then he'd be down here on this short rail, and the 8-ball would be on the top rail with no shot. He does have to jack up over the 7-ball, which is not easy, but the 8-ball is sitting pretty over that pocket. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll have to tip Corey $1 for making me look good right there.
Yeah, that's a good call by Alex.
But yeah, this is still see us Americans in the bridge.
We don't know what we're doing.
All
It
right,
goes in.
great shot, Corey.
Corey
To
takes
go
the
up
lead,
3-2.
3-2.
Was it a
3
good cut
consecutive
shot?
wins by Corey, right?
Correct. Yeah, he came back down from 2-0. Now he's at 3-2, and again, it was a real great shot to cut the 9-ball in. Hold it. He almost hooked himself. Had to do some crazy work to make another tough shot and get that easy shot on the 8-ball. And then, as we know, the pool gods are really mean, and so he had to jack up over a ball and use a bridge. But that's how it goes sometimes. So the match is 3-2, but Forrest, all he has to do is just wait for his next opportunity. I'm not seeing a lot of. There's been a little bit of safety play here and there, but I think that for future people playing in these matches, if you're going to sign up for this, a good strategy going into this, if you're not familiar with the 9-foot, is have a couple safeties ready. Because I've had a 9-foot table at my house for a few years, and a run out is an occasion to be celebrated at my house. So,
Yeah, these tables are not forgiving.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're at 3-2. Corey Collins has the lead.
It's going to be a dry break, though.
Ooh, that ball just. Alrighty. So Forrest will have an option of solids or stripes. He can either shoot that 4-ball on the side, or looks like he can cut that 14 into the corner. So
There's 2 problem balls for each suit.
yeah, well, the 12 and the 6 over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in a situation like that, it's kind of even, but since there's the only breakout ball that there is that the 11 or even potentially that 15 ball on the side. But that's what I was getting at with that. So I think maybe Forrest was thinking about that too, because there's the 5-ball and the 7-ball, so he has 2 opportunities to break those balls out. he could even maybe play a 6-5 combo with that 5 ball there.
Something like that.
So far, he's making good decisions.
Yep, you might be able to get on that 6-5 combo right now, like Alex was talking about. If that 6-5 combo works, can't really tell from here, but if he stops it right there, he's going for the combo, and that's what it looks like. Maybe the 3 ball. Looks like he's gonna shoot. Well,
Yeah, he's definitely deciding it now. It doesn't really. So, I don't think he likes the. Doesn't look like he likes the idea of the combo too much. So I think we're going to see the 3 ball go on the side. Yeah. Just stuff like that. It's unfortunate, but there's always like 1 ball preventing you from getting a good run out. So
he might have been able to make that 6-5 combo if he might have been trying to draw back a little bit, but ended up just stopping the ball.
Yeah, and I don't think the cue ball did what he wanted to, but I think that he was trying to correct his mistakes. I think he realized he kind of got himself into a little bit of a hole there. He probably should have, shot that 7 ball in and broken out the 6 there if that combo didn't go. But Corey's still got a lot of work to do. So, and Corey's got that 12 to think about. So it's definitely can be cat and mouse where you have a cluster like that. And sometimes you can feel your opponent just thinks that they're better. And so you can force them to try to play a crazy breakout shot.
Yeah.
And then they break it out for you, and then you're all open. So,
what up, Play Story? Thanks for tuning in. For those who might be new to the stream, this is the first match of 4 tonight. This is an 8-ball match, the lowest Fargo rated match of the night. Next, we have the middle match, which is going to be between me and Jeffrey Jones. That'll be a race to, is it a race to 9 balls? Yes. Race to 9 ball, and then we have a race to 10 ball between Vince Brooks and Anthony Derrick, which is the highest cumulative rated match we have tonight. And then we have Russ Zorn versus Mark Adams in a race to 3 1 pocket. That's a nice shot. Looks like he's going to get unlucky and make that 5 ball. A lot of people would say, oh my gosh, he made 2 balls. What a great shot. But he wanted that 5 ball to stay up so that he could get shaped to break out that 6 ball.
You're absolutely right. The only saving grace that he has is that, like I said, Corey has to break out those stripes too. But he stole the words right out of my mouth because, that made it. But he actually broke out the 8 ball. That would have been really great if he could have made that 6 ball. But yeah, a lot of times if you're playing, again, those balls that are hanging by the pocket, you want to keep those there and get all your other hard balls out of the way. Make it easier on yourself, not harder.
I gotta use the restroom again.
All right, so I cannot see from here if he's got a shot on that stripe that's by the solid. That's the 12 ball. So he does not have a shot. He's going to cut that ball, the ball in that's closer to that end rail. He's going to cut that in and try to hit into the 2 balls sitting there, just like that. Oh, there was 3 of them. So that was a really great shot by Corey once again. He's coming at the end of these racks. He keeps coming in with these really clutch shots. It was a good shot. Just came up a little bit light. Could have had a little more power. It'd be a little easier to shoot that 10 in the side. But he still has a really good opportunity to make this ball and get on the hill.
Should go in the corner.
I think so. That's where I would shoot it.
It's a shot for Forrest, but it's not an easy one.
And lucky for Corey, he has put some pressure on Forrest because Forrest got to make a tough shot on the 6. And if he misses, that 10 ball is just kind of hanging there.
Yeah, the perfect position to get on the 8 ball from the 10 ball. Oh, but he nails it and gets shape on the 8. That's a great shot there by
Yeah,
Forrest.
that was a really good shot. So
Looks good. Looks good. No.
in the walk away.
What are we at here?
We are tied. The score is 3-3. So we now have a race to 2. So we have a total of 3 games left, no matter what, for this match. And then we'll be getting started on our next match featuring Quentin versus Jeff Jones.
What a great match this has been.
Yeah, definitely good matchup. We're seeing some good stuff from both the players. They're taking advantage of their momentum. I think we've taken a bathroom break, I think is what's happening.
Yep. A little 5-minute break here. Thanks again to everyone who's tuning in. I want to give a shout out to you guys because that's awesome to see 13 people in here. 14 now.
Yeah, it's gone up. At some point, I think we had 20 at one point, but
We got 10 likes too, so thanks for those.
yeah, like and subscribe to our channel. We want to do more stuff like this. We're going to be recording some kind of, I'll call it behind the scenes footage of some stuff that we're doing. We have a bunch of stuff coming up as far as tournaments that we're running. We're doing a Scotch doubles tournament. I think we still, last time I checked, we had 12 spots open. We were at either 20 or 21 teams.
You know, maybe we should do a TV table at the Scotch doubles tournament.
Yeah, we could. So that is going to be partly a fundraiser as well for the raffles that we're trying to sell. So while they're on the break, I'll talk about the raffle with you guys for a second. We shout out to Russ Zorn. He went to the U.S. Open back in 2019. The U.S. Open is it's almost considered like a world championship tournament, but it's the U.S. championship. So every good pool player in the world comes to play and try to win that tournament. When they announce the tournament, there's 256 slots and they fill up within the first hour of it being announced. So Russ went to that tournament in Las Vegas and had over 50 pros sign a queue. So these are signed by top pros: Earl Strickland, Shane Van Boning, Skylar Woodward, Niels Fyan, Clint Kachi, so many.
Think it's on that queue, most likely.
Yeah, Efren signed it. I don't think he played in the U.S. Open, but he still signed the queue. If you want to have some fun after you're done watching the stream, of course, go check out Efren videos on YouTube. You can watch highlight reels of him all day. It's super fun. So
Larry Gates signed the queue. How about that? Bet you guys don't know that name. Larry built it also. Yeah, we should mention that.
shout out Larry. It's a pretty queue.
He builds queues here in the Treasure Valley. He also does a lot of re-tipping. So if anybody here watching is local, which I'm sure there are a few, Larry Gates is a good guy to hit up and get you a new tip.
He's got tips. Yeah, he does a good job. He has his own little custom break tip that he makes. That's really cool. A lot of players use that. Some people are even shooting with it now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people shooting with it. Lee Salinas shoots with it. Johnny is shooting with it. And I tried Lee's cue a couple racks, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
Right, so we have Forrest breaking off after the bathroom break.
All right. So Corey's back to the table. He's hungry. He wants to get on the hill. I'm sure he feels a little salty that he's not on the hill. He was real close, and he's been playing real good. So
both these guys have been playing real good.
Yeah, they've adjusted to the 9-foot table real well. And we're not sure how much nerves have come into this too.
I'll tell you right now that I have been nervous for the past 2 days to play on this live stream table. So just from my experience, I would bet that there's some nerves running through these guys' veins right now. I don't know if that's just me. Also, Yeah, just playing any scheduled match kind of brings on some nerves. So
Yep. And that's the thing is the fun part about starting to take pool seriously and trying to get good at it is you start getting nervous or you start, thinking that you can do a shot that maybe you can't do. And so it makes things really fun and interesting. So even though he missed that ball, I like the way he hit it. You kind of have to hit it that way on these tables. The best way to start playing well on these tables is to pick your shot and commit to it. And you really got to not so much hit it harder than you would on a 7-foot. Like, of course you do, but it's more of the confidence and just knowing that you're shooting the shot correctly. But things have gotten really messy with this rack. Forrest is coming back to the table, and I believe he's stripes, but there's no real shot on anything. I think the best option is going to be trying to cut the 11 ball in so that he can kind of. Oh, nope. So he's even. He's solid. So I was wrong. Maybe the table open. That was a really good stroke. I just need a little bit more top spin to come off that rail.
Russ just approached us with an idea for naming the stream. It's called the Capital City Clash right now, but it's kind of up in the air. Russ thought it would be cool to call it The View from Table 2, because we're viewing Table 2 from the booth here.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty cool idea.
I've confiscated this from him for the rest of the night.
We'll get Russ in the booth here pretty soon.
Yeah, he's itching. We had to put a gate up so he didn't come and take the microphone away from us.
Yeah, he smashed it down a couple of times, but we pushed him back.
But yeah. So in a rack like this, I just try to start making my balls a little bit more spread out.
Yeah, and it looks like he had a chance to do that there with that combo, but
He kind of did that. It's just that he kind of broke out Forrest balls for him a little bit. Sometimes you want to have a little controlled chaos, and if your opponent's balls are clustered up like
sorry,
that.
just move the camera.
No worries.
I think it looks all right.
Slow down. That ball just had a good steady roll on it. It would have been really.
Reverse one pocket, right? We'll do that.
I'd rather have it on this day.
Definitely, yeah. I'd almost rather have everything on this side.
Well, see, for me, again, get all my balls off the rail, leave my opponent tough, try to start getting some easy shots.
Oh, yikes.
See, and that's
I want to make sure the camera's level.
So Forrest will be shooting at the 7 ball. That stripe behind him is going to make it a little tough because he's got to move his cue up, angle that cue. Yeah, and that really takes away your accuracy. If that 15 ball wasn't there and he could have leveled out his cue, I'm sure he would have made that. Well, I'm not sure. He seemed sure it should have gone in. So, but those shots can be deceiving when you're jacking up your cue like that. It just makes it so much harder to do what it is you're trying to do. With the game of pool, there's things happening on the table that are so small and your eye can't really tell. And so there's just different things you got to do to take care. So he's called the 5 ball.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
That was a real good cut.
Table spot.
See.
We talked about that. We talked about that.
Not a lot of it. I brought up a little bit. All right, so yeah, that was a really good shot. So now Forrest is down to 2 balls again, and this is kind of my theme of this match is that it's just really scary to have a ball like the 2 ball down there over on that rail and not have any other solids to deal with. Now,
Like
yeah,
if I was in this game, I would almost rather be Corey at this moment in time.
see, and he tried to bank that 7, so that was actually a really good thought process to try to bank it because the bank allowed him to be on the correct angle to move the cue ball down there, but that made that shot really hard.
And
But
now that 14 ball is covered by the 7 ball though, so it's a bit of a sigh of relief for Forrest. There's a nice shot.
really good cut.
It's going to be hard pressed to make a ball from here.
So Corey Collins is at the table.
You know what does go is the carom off the 13 into the 7 into the 14. Actually, maybe not after I look at it.
Well, you never know if you hit the far
Far edge
right
of the
side of
7,
that
yeah.
7, it could kind of do a little bit of a cut induced throw. So that shot is there. So one of Corey's favorite players, Corey Collins, one of his favorite players is Corey Dool. I mean, if there's any player in the world that would have taken on the shot we were just talking about, it's Corey Dool. So he also likes Shane Van Boning a lot. And for those of you guys that don't watch pool too much or don't know, Shane Van Boning is the world reigning 9-ball world champion. He's the first American to win the title since Earl Strickland won it 20 years ago. So very common favorite player. He's a super inspirational guy. If you guys ever go look him up.
Oh, that was... yeah, he called it on himself.
Yeah, so he called a foul on himself. It was really hard to see what ball was contacted first. It's a good sign that Forrest has good integrity. It's always good to see your opponent admitting.
Yeah, what you don't want to see is the guy who makes the foul look up really quick and look around, seeing, hey, did anyone see that shot? And hoping that nobody did. But no, that was a real honest move there by Forrest. Didn't even look up, just went straight to the ball and handed it to Corey.
Yeah, guys, always call the foul on yourself. It's real awesome to win and everything, but when you have people questioning your integrity, at the end of the day, pool is a game, and we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way. Yeah. So we got.
Looks like Corey's going to break out this 14 ball.
So is he shooting the 9 in the corner?
Yeah.
That's a wild shot.
I know. I think I would put the 9 in the top corner. Yep.
So yeah, you missed that. You might be like, oh, I can't believe you missed ball in hand, but that was setting that up is a tough shot.
Yeah, and ball in hand often, when there's problems on the table, ball in hand often comes with a pretty challenging shot because you have to try to, when you have a ball in hand like that, you have to try to take advantage of it and get that that treble ball or treble cluster out of your way. So it ends up making the shot more difficult than, just taking the ball and making a ball.
Ooh. Yeah, it's tough. He needed to put a little bit on that. So that can always be a risk, shooting a ball into the side pocket. When you hit it hard, you just gotta trust where it's gonna go. Or hit it to the back of the pocket. A lot of players will recommend that you try not to use the side pockets at all because it is somewhat of a tougher pocket to shoot into. When you have those corner pockets, you can actually kind of roll the ball along the rail. Like this is a great example. Oh, so that ball didn't go in, but it had a better chance to. But you can't. There's nothing like that for a side pocket.
No. That's why Earl Strickland likes no side pocket pool tables.
And for you pool players out there, if you ever just go set some balls out, if you overroll side pocket position by even an inch, it makes the shot crazy hard. It goes from an easy shot to now you got to go back and forth on the pool table. No good. So, but even though Corey's got some tough balls to steal with, Forrest is in a pretty tough spot right here.
Is the 7 ball go?
No, so
for the bank.
So we got the right English on that. Just didn't turn right.
Hey, for all the Mariners fans out there, I haven't even looked at the Mariners game, but the Mariners are up 3-0 right now, and we're going for 12 straight wins at the moment. So that's a pleasant surprise for me to look over the TV and see the Mariners are up 3-0. Top of the 5th inning.
Both commentators are Mariners fans. We're hoping the Mariners make it to the playoffs once again before we're old men. All right, so to me, there isn't really a whole lot to think about on this shot. I think that you have to play a safety.
Hey, he's at least a 400 on the 9 foot.
So yeah, just that shot selection to me, it just kind of opened up everything for Forrest. You just got a cut shot on the 7, but as long as you can control the cue ball a little bit, get that 7 ball in. Okay,
that was a good shot. Like Alex was saying, that ball slid in off that long rail. Nothing like that's ever going to happen in the side pocket. So.
It hit the rail and then it hit the corner of the pocket and bounced in. So, I mean, that is something you got to kind of learn how to do it. You can't just walk up to a table and hit a ball and expect them to go in. You have to practice that and figure out the speed. So
here we go. Tough side pocket shot.
Side pocket, or he might. I would almost try to go in the corner.
It go off the
10? Even if it doesn't, if you miss, you're just making it impossible for your opponent to. Yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can just leave the 8 ball hanging up in that corner, and then that
pocket speed is important here. Let's see how hard he hits it.
Oh wow! So I'll give $5 to any viewer that can set up that shot and make it within the next 5 minutes and send me a video.
This isn't easy either. It looks like maybe you can just roll up on the 13.
So if he's shooting,
just gotta watch out for the side pocket here.
Oh,
and he did, and he made the ball.
That was a really good shot. I almost would have tried to draw it so that you get the cue ball under that 13, because then you could hit the 13 in that top corner and roll up and shoot the 8 in. Now he's got to do a little bit of a draw where he's got to come off that left side rail. He needs to draw it to the.
Put some bottom left on it.
Yeah.
Or are you going 2 rails here?
2 rails. See, and he's left himself a bank shot because he didn't hit it hard enough. See, the cue ball wants to go where it is right now. In order for the cue ball to have traveled a little farther, you had to put a little bit of a stroke on it and hit it so that you kind of, on shots like that, you aim for the cue ball to hit that rail, because it'll hit the rail and bounce off and leave you a cut. This is somewhat of a straightforward bank. You can make this bank shot a lot more than you think you can. It's just avoiding the double kiss. So I would bet money against this shot right now. Sorry, Corey, but you got to bank it to the other pocket.
I like the other pocket shot.
Unless I think he sees the double kiss. I think that's the only reason why he would do this.
Avoided the scratch, but it's.
Well, yeah, that's no. So, barring any mishaps, we're going to see Forrest take the hill. So Forrest was up 2-0, and then Corey came back and was up 3-2. Forrest tied up the score. The last rack was actually really close. It could have gone either way. But, see, is he right-handed or left-handed? One of them's left-handed. I think it might be Forrest. If Forrest is a lefty, this is so much harder, because a right-handed shooter would.
What? Oh my gosh.
See, I don't know I don't. I'll ask him about that shot later. That kind of threw me off a little bit.
The cue ball was to the 8 ball.
Yeah, he could have I think he was worried about the double kiss, but you can jack up and put a little left or right to
avoid that.
Yeah, the 8 ball was. I think it was makeable, but the shooter could have seen something that we're not sure of. It might have been frozen up on the ball. If it was frozen up on the ball like that, then he was in a really tough spot. So.
That was the case. Corey got lucky with that miss on the. Oh no!
He just needs that to not scratch. Okay. So, I think a 1 pocket player is going to bank this to the bottom right. I think.
It's a lot less.
Yeah.
That looks like what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it's like kind of on that 50-yard line where you could bank it to the other one too.
Come up a little short. Is it gonna land between the corner and the side? I think he's got a shot in the side pocket.
Yeah, I would call the side pocket, I think. You can kind of roll that, and a lot of people worry about the scratch on the shot. If you kind of roll it with a little bit of top slower, the top spin will take and get that rail.
Just like that.
Okay, so the score is now 4-3 Corey. Corey's on the hill.
Corey's on the hill, and I'm gonna take a piss.
So what we'll be looking at for this rack, and potentially if there is another rack, Corey could win the match here. But now that Corey's on the hill, it puts a little bit of a pressure on him to close out. Now at this point, Forrest needs one more to get on the hill, so he can probably play this rack a little bit looser. But both players know at this point that any mistake is going to cost them the match. And right now, the winner will receive $70 prize money. So that's what we got on the line. This is where situations like this, you can see some decision making that doesn't really make sense, or they might even miss some easy shots, or on the other side, they might make some crazy shots. So it's really interesting to see how the last moments of the match are going to affect them, because like I said, every decision that we make. All right, so he's elected to bank the 11. That's somewhat of an automatic bank shot if you know how to hit it correctly.
And it goes.
Yeah, so you hit that really good. Russ and I were talking to Nate Stauffer about that shot yesterday at League. We had League, and that bank shot came up.
You get on the 10 ball there? That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, he did.
That's the right shot, I think.
Yeah, I think he just, it's tough because I shoot combos kind of like that too. I'll look at where it needs to hit, and then I go get down and I hit it and just kind of hope that I aimed right, because sometimes
I feel that, dude. It happens every time.
Well, that's literally what Efren does. So, but like sometimes your subconscious can see the shot better, and if you shoot it before you let your mind come in and talk yourself out of it. Like if you think about how hard combo shots are, you really shouldn't even ever be able to make a combo shot. But somehow, they go in, we make them, but they're actually really tough
Ask
shots.
Lucky Johnny about how hard combo shots are. He'll tell you. Just a little wide on that ball.
Yeah.
Come back down into this corner, but
yeah. So since I didn't go in the pocket that Corey declared, it's now Forrest. Forrest will now come to the table and be shooting. In professional leagues, there are some leagues where Forrest would actually have the option to make Corey keep shooting. We didn't specify that rule.
Professionals here.
We didn't specify that rule. That rule will be in effect for 10 ball. So now that we got these matches running out, I'll kind of go into a little bit about what 9 ball is. So right now we're playing 8 ball, which is, a lot of people understand that. You got your solids and your stripes.
That's a good testament to what Alex is kind of talking about. He didn't call the ball to go off that ball, but he called that pocket. So it doesn't matter how the ball gets there.
Yeah.
It just matters if he makes it.
Yeah, Forrest really wants a hill match. He's fighting. It's just he could maybe take an extra second or two to be a little more careful about where the cue ball's going. And this is something that I do, so I can call it out immediately. If you ever watch me play, you'll see me in this position a lot, and that's because you start to get a little bit fast.
Get the groove going, and then you rush it.
Well, I made the last shot. Why wouldn't the next one go in?
Right.
Oh, he went 2 rails. That was a really good look. So it's going to take a lot for Corey to get the advantage back in this match, because he can play some good safeties. It doesn't seem to be something that Corey really looks at too often. So he's looking at what to shoot at. For me, if I'm shooting, I'm shooting that 3 ball.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
other ball.
You got to get on that 1 ball too as soon as you can in the corner to
Yeah,
figure that
the
out.
1 ball, or if the 4 ball goes in the side.
Kind of split those 2 balls. But he leaves it jacked up, so this is not an easy shot on the 13 ball for Forrest.
So after we get done with this match, we'll be starting 9 ball. For those of you not familiar with 9 ball, there's only 9 balls on the table. It's every solid, and then the 8 ball, and then the striped yellow ball, which is the 9 ball. And you have to hit every ball in order. So this is a testament to how well you can move your cue ball around and still make the ball in. So it's a different strategy entirely. It's a
Safeties come into play a lot more often.
Absolutely. It's a great way to get your 8 ball game a lot better. If you're struggling with 8 ball, spend a couple weeks. Oh, that started to fall in, and then it didn't.
That was frustrating. Yeah, I think when I first started taking pool more seriously, I was like, I'm not really a big fan of 9 ball because it is such a more difficult game, a much more difficult game, and I have started to enjoy 9 ball much more as I progress in the sport. So it's kind of a testament to how difficult it is compared to 8 ball.
For sure. A lot of players will write off 9 ball super easily and call it a luck game, which there absolutely is luck in it.
Certainly, yeah.
But the cool thing about it is that you can overcome that luck by getting better skill. The better that you get, the more the lucks roll onto your side, or you can either kick out of something, bank a ball in.
If you get lucky all the time, chances are you're shooting pretty good.
Unless your name's Lucky Johnny.
Yeah.
He is lucky. That's not skill.
It's like you might. Oh, I guess that 4 ball goes in the corner too. So
Yes, it does. So I would shoot. I'd probably go from 3-6. Shoot the 3 to get on the 6. But that you do want to go. You are right. I think maybe the shot is to take the 4. So that'll get him close. If you just hit that in with a little draw, get him closer to the 3 ball.
a light touch draw would be a good shot for that. He's gonna go for the 3 ball here. He's gonna hide behind those Kobe Bryant balls.
Nice. He got the Kobe. He did a really good job with the cue ball. He's left Forrest basically a bank or a jump shot. I wouldn't jump this in just because even if you jump and make it, you're going to be banking the 10 ball next anyway. And if you make that 10 ball bank, then you can make the 13 and almost automatically have position for the 8 unless you do something silly, get behind one of those. But again, I'm commentating tonight, so hopefully all the silliness is at a minimum. All right, he's played safe. And I do, like, even though that 3 ball seems like it's just hanging there, that I really like that shot because you really have to hit that 3 ball in super hard to get it out, to get it to go up to the end rail and come back out for another shot.
If Forrest was able to get that cue ball on the rail, that would make this a much more difficult shot. So
Right.
That's something to think about in a situation like this. Rail shots are a lot harder than that shot would have been.
Yeah, see, he crushed that ball, and that's why it's a tough situation. But that's kind of the point of these bigger tables is any shot hit too hard, the jaws of those pockets. There are shelves also. When you go look at those pockets, there's usually a given area that the ball has to pass in the pocket for it to fall down. It's still just a really bad spot for Corey. He's still got a lot of work to do.
He's making the 6-3 combo, looks like here. He overcuts the 6 ball.
Yeah, see, I think the cue ball is going to be in a good spot when he's done.
Might have a cut on the 13.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to cut the 13 in, but I think he almost has to come around to try to shoot the 10 in the same side or up table.
It's a difficult shot. He's going to come all the way back up table for this because the 10 ball has no pocket.
Yeah, so you can go 3 rails and shoot. Yep. So we'll see if it floats.
I go
gonna-
past with the corner pocket.
So if that it looks like it goes right in the side, he's not thinking twice about it.
You just gotta stop it right
Shoot
there.
it in the side, shoot the 8-ball in the corner.
Oh. Just a little more time on that shot would have done you good.
Yep. He's been watching my tapes. That's what I do on a crucial shot. Don't do that.
Yeah, he made a great shot. And sometimes when you make a really good shot, a lot of times a lot of pool players will tell you they make a great shot and then they miss an easy one because they're so excited about how they made that last shot that they forget to think about the easy shot they have in front of them.
So I learned from, if you know Dave Mackey, he's Suzanne Mackey's husband. They run the BCA leagues out in Idaho. Dave Mackey taught me that anytime that you make a good shot, walk around the table for 15 seconds because that's how long it takes for the adrenaline in your body to wear off.
It's a good tip.
So if you like just made a great bank shot and got perfect shape on the 8,
I bet you if Forrest did that, this game would be over.
let's see, and just the way the solids have been laying this whole rack, I haven't really liked Corey's odds, but he is inching himself back into this, and the more opportunities you give their opponent, they'll figure something out.
Yep, no game lasts forever, so. Pretty good shot there by Corey.
Yeah, I don't think there's a...
That top left corner pocket is a big pocket for the 10 ball if he wants to go that route.
He's going for the bank. I think he saw that, though.
Yeah, he just looked at it. See how the 6 ball is just sitting just a little outside that pocket? It makes it so you can miss-hit this 10 ball and still make it go off the 6 ball.
The only thing I don't like about the shot is where the cue ball goes after.
That's going in, though.
It is, for sure.
Didn't even need the 6 ball.
All right, so tough cut shot to go on the hill. But again, I could just see the way that he's shooting. He's really fighting to get this back to a 4-4 score. Okay. That was a tough shot on the 8.
Yep. Good job getting there, though. That previous shot was a great shot.
Good shot getting there, and he's got to like where the cue ball landed. Corey's still got the 8 balls out in the center of the table. There really isn't too much in the way of safeties to be able to do. And this isn't the most conventional run out.
If you're just tuning in, Corey's at 4, Forrest is at 3. So Corey needs 1 win to see. There's the 6 ball coming into play. Corey needs 1 win to secure the match. Forrest needs 2.
Yep. So this is one where I almost predict that Corey's going to play position for that 1 ball on the side. He's going to shoot this 4 ball in and get on the 6. Oh no, he has to shoot the 1 in the corner.
Looks like he can shoot the 6 still.
Yeah. So I would bet he's going to try to cut that 6 in and play position for the 1 on the side. It might mess him up, but he seems to like. I'm saying that, but I've been watching him. He plays a lot of corner pocket position.
Didn't really think about that one too much.
I don't think he really, like you said, I think he was just making the ball. Because it almost rolled to where he's lucky that he can even try to cut it into that left pocket. It almost rolled to where he was just blocked by that 8 ball. But Corey has a chance to win the match.
It looks like it's going. And it does. And he's perfect shape on this 8 ball on the side. Big deep breath.
Stayed down real good.
Doesn't leave much, but he missed it.
So he poked the cue ball a little bit there. Corey, if you're rewatching this, you just got to stroke the ball, follow through. Trust your stroke on those last ones. That's where those nerves that we're talking about come into play.
Forrest is going to try to bank this 8 ball.
Yeah, I like him to make this. He's been doing pretty good with the banks.
He's going to fire it in. That looks good. Oh. We're going to hill.
That was a great shot to go hill.
19 people that you're all lucky.
You're just lucky.
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, that's my name. It's gonna be soon. It's very lucky.
You want to hop in the booth for a second? All right, we got Lucky Johnny in the booth. What do you have to say, Johnny?
Oh, I say have fun. Good luck, everybody. Right? You have to have fun.
Are you scheduled to play any matches?
No, but whatever. Put me on. If you want to watch a show for free.
Johnny will play at some point. I don't think he's scheduled for any matches at the moment, but he is a great shot. One of the best one pocket players in the Valley. He can't play in the next one pocket tournament because he won the last two.
Oh yeah.
So
that's a gay. I don't know who make that.
Larry's kicking Johnny out, and I'm coming to the next one pocket tournament because Johnny's not going to be there. Russ gave you a run for your money though. Russ beat you. Russ put you on the loser side for the first time.
Yeah. And I came back and double dip.
Double dipped him, yeah.
Yeah. I talked to myself. I said, if I keep winning and I'm sit on the side, I get cold. So I said, all right, I'll put myself on the loser side. So I can
that's why you did it. It was
just more push play. I got more fun than you guys, so I make my $20 or $30 with it.
All right, so Forrest makes a ball on the break for the first time, I think. Johnny, what do you like here? What suit do you like?
Oh, I think that's gonna be close. Oh, what?
Solid or stripe? What do you think?
I gotta pick the big one.
Big ones? Johnny says big ones. I think that 625 is a little tricky. I think I would agree with Johnny on that one.
Yeah, make it 15 right here, and he have a shot. There we go.
That's a nice shot. 8
Now
ball
it's
is still a
tight.
little tied up. Yep. How's it going? That's fine.
Hello, Emmy. How are you? How are you?
All right, he has a shot here on the 11, but he does. It's going to be tricky to get back position for those balls that are up table. You almost have to go all the way around. Unless you hold it, you got to shoot it real soft.
Nope.
He tied up that 4 ball though.
All right, I gotta run now. Hey.
All right, thanks for tuning in, Johnny.
Oh, no problem.
We'll see you around. Yep. All right, so Forrest made his first ball on a break, I think. It seemed like it when he broke. He was like, "Hey, I finally made one." So,
I know that feeling.
yeah. But Forrest is looking good because these stripes are way more open than the solids. Although, and he does a great job to get. He misses the shot, but he does a great job to get that 11 ball out of the way of that 4 ball, which was his only problem in the whole rack.
Yeah,
The 8 ball is a problem actually.
the 8 ball for sure is, but that 4 ball is tough with the 1 ball blocking that. I would really consider right now just banking that 4 ball away and trying to leave the cue ball to where Forrest is banking that 11. It's just
Yep, we're at Hill Hill. If you're just tuning in, we got 20 viewers at the moment. Give us a like. We would appreciate that. We're at Hill Hill between Forrest Wyble and Corey Collins. Hill Hill race to 5. So coming up next, we got Jeff Jones and Quentin Deedy. That's myself playing a race to 9 ball.
yeah. And sorry, Forrest, if I got your name wrong. We're going to clarify that after the match.
Wyble, we're not sure. Looks like Forrest tried to draw that ball, but gave it spin instead.
I would try to bank this 9 ball into the side pocket.
Into the side pocket.
Yeah, that way you could hold for the 11.
That's a tough shot.
Oh, for sure. If he makes this, he's not going to have another shot.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so Alex was saying that's kind of a futile shot right there because even if he does make that, he's kicking at that 11 ball and likely giving Corey a ball in hand. So you got to look for those. If there's a ball that you don't think you can get on the next ball, it's better to just play safe or make your situation better. Come up close on this 1 ball.
So I do like where the 9 ball ended up, but sometimes too, when you're cutting at a ball like that, it'll go off the rail and then go into the middle of the table. If you look at those end rails, whenever you have balls down there, you have to do work to get position. You want to leave your balls hanging in front of a pocket. My idea was to bank it to the side pocket because that leaves it in the middle of the table so that if Corey misses one, he has a better chance of having a shot.
And shape on the 11 is what that would produce.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. Cool. So coming down to the last couple balls in this rack, and it's really going to come down to how Corey chooses to play this. Good cue ball control in a situation like this, even though it seems futile and both of your opponent's balls are kind of hanging in the pocket. There's a great safety shot that you could do on the 6 ball to freeze it on the 8. You could make the 3, play for the 4.
Yeah, this is not an easy run out.
Okay.
Where do you go from here? I think you got to try a safe behind either the 6 or the 8 off the 5.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, he's banking the 2.
He's going to leave a shot.
Yeah, he has to play the cue ball real well to not leave a shot for sure.
Oh, and he just misses, but like we said.
Yeah. So it's not the end because, again, the 8 ball goes up table all the way. So what Forrest may try to do is cut this so that he gets a relatively straight shot on the next ball so he can play the 8 ball up table.
Yeah. He hit that a little. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he held that really well. So he put a lot of good outside spin on that. So he definitely.
So he's just got to pull this ball, the cue ball, back a little bit, and he'll have shape on the 8 ball in the corner pocket closest to us. Oh, he came off the rail. I guess that works too.
Draw for show, follow for dough.
Yep.
So he elected to follow off the rail just because sometimes controlling the draw can be a little tougher.
He did lose it a little bit off the rail, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, it's going.
Nope.
Oh, it's not going.
So yeah, those rail shots have been haunting him. He's been undercutting every single one, and so it comes down to where he just needs to make the 8 ball to win the match, and he overcuts it. So
all right, here we are with Corey, a chance to run this rack out and take the match.
Yeah, so I'm going 2, 4, and then unless the 6 passes the 5.
Does pass the 5.
So if the 6 passes the 5, it'd just be easier to hit the 6 in and stop
Same
it.
pocket for the 5 ball, yeah.
So, but
you guys gotta watch the side pocket on this shot.
One thing that he cannot do is get under that 5 ball. So that I kind of have a feeling like since he's grabbed the bridge, I feel like we're gonna see this ball go in, and then he's gonna try to bank something next.
You gotta put some draw on this shot. Just like Alex ball.
So he's gonna.
Yeah, I think the move here is to run up off the 5 ball,
and
glue it
under
to the 6.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree with you 100%. I just don't think that Corey's going to do that. I think he's going to try to bank the 6 ball or the 5 ball, whichever.
This is do or die. He's calling the side pocket.
Yeah, so he can make this bank, and it's not the toughest bank to make, but making the bank and then having a shot on the 5 is just, I don't like it. So let's see. So Forrest is going to come to the table and shoot that 8 ball.
Forrest says he's surprised that Corey didn't try the 6, but I'm surprised he didn't try the safe that I was talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, my takeaway, and for anyone watching, if you guys play 8 ball a lot, you can really play some good safes that can get you out of situations like that. But Forrest still has to avoid a side pocket scratch on his shot, and he did.
There it is.
All right, so we have our first winner. That's Forrest. So he'll be eligible to play. We're running a fight night a couple weeks, for maybe about a month, where we'll have all the winners come back and play some more winners. A real good match between the two of them. They both fought super hard. As soon as Corey got on the hill, you could just see Forrest was determined to get to the table. He really kind of took the table by storm and came through and took the match. So we got a couple minutes. Our next match is going to be Quentin Deedy versus Jeff Tankman Jones. Yeah, so we have Jeff. He's going to commentate and play. No, we got Russ Zorn eating, and then I'm going to try to get him to come and join me. We'll have him tell some stories and go over some of the stuff we got going on around the community.